My beloved child, in this world, everyone will experience loss and pain. I know that what you have lost is not just material, but also spiritual and emotional aspects that you find hard to recover. It may be your faith, your peace, or even the meaning of life. But remember, the suffering you are enduring is not the end. I want you to understand that even in the darkest of times, light still exists and will come to those who patiently wait. When you lose something important, you often feel as if a part of yourself has disappeared. It may be a loved one, a missed opportunity, or even the freedom you once cherished. But remember, everything that happens is part of my plan. I do not abandon you in your pain. In fact, it is in your weakest moments that I am closest to you. My child, trust in this promise. I will restore what you have lost. Everything you think has vanished, I will return to you in a fuller, deeper way. But the important thing is, this restoration does not always come in the way you expect. You may have lost material wealth, but I will restore you with the richness of the soul. You may have lost a relationship, but I will bring you sincere friends, new love, and above all, a deeper connection with me. Sometimes what you have lost is only temporary, for during this time I am preparing you for something better that you cannot yet see. Imagine a garden devastated after a storm. When you see the chaos, you think that everything has ended. But with care and patience, that garden can bloom more beautifully than ever. I am that gardener, the one who will restore all that you have lost and fill your life with blessings and meaning. My beloved child, place your trust in this promise. I will restore everything you have lost. What you thought had disappeared forever, I will bring back to you, not only fully, but more abundantly and profoundly. However, what I want you to understand is that this restoration does not always come in the way you expect or imagine. You may have lost material wealth, but that wealth is only a small part of the grand picture of your life. I will restore you with a different kind of wealth, the richness of the soul, peace and joy that is not dependent on external circumstances. It is a wealth that no storm can take away. If you have lost a relationship, I will bring you more sincere friends. New loves will come, and the connections of the soul will become stronger. Above all, you will find a deeper connection with me, the most precious thing you can have in life. Sometimes, what you have lost is only temporary, because on that journey, I am preparing you for something better, something you cannot yet see. Everything has its time. I am nurturing your future, where you will find recovery, healing, and flourishing growth. Imagine a garden ravaged after a storm. When you look at it, all you see is chaos, loss, and devastation. You think that everything has ended, but know that with care, patience, and time, that garden will bloom again, even more brilliantly than before. Every storm does not only bring destruction, but also creates conditions for new life to sprout. I am that gardener, the one who will restore everything you have lost. I will bring blessings to your life, things that are more beautiful and meaningful than anything you could ever imagine. Hold on to your faith, for restoration is coming, and it will come in ways you never expected. This may happen in moments when you are at your weakest, when you no longer have the strength to hope, when everything around you seems to collapse. But it is in those very moments that I will appear. I will lift you up, lead you through the difficulties, and return to you what rightfully belongs to you, in a way that is more complete than you ever imagined. Open your heart, trust, for my restoration is not just the return of what was lost, but the beginning of a new journey, where you will become stronger, happier, and guided by my light. To begin the process of restoration, you need to open your heart and allow me to work within it. Restoration is not a unilateral act from me, but a collaboration between me and you. Let me help heal the wounds in your heart, and from there, I will not only restore what you have lost, but also your very being. First, you must let go of what is past, so you are no longer haunted by the past. When you cling to what was lost, you cannot see the new opportunities I am opening for you. Trust that everything you had held its own value, but sometimes loss is the first step toward receiving greater gifts. I also want you to know that restoration sometimes comes in the form of challenges. The difficulties you face are not punishments, but opportunities for growth. In moments when you feel your weakest, I will give you the strength to overcome, and through each challenge, you will realize that you have grown stronger and closer to me. Remember that faith is the solid foundation of restoration. Faith is not just belief in my presence, but a deep trust in my ability to transform all circumstances, all losses into great blessings. When you open your heart and trust in me, you are not just waiting. You're inviting miracles into your life. Faith is the key that opens the door for me to work in your life and to perform miracles that you have never imagined. The stories in the Bible are clear evidence of this, where those who endured the most loss, who went through the most painful trials, were the ones who received the greatest blessings because they placed absolute trust in me. The story of Job is one of the most powerful examples of the strength of faith. He lost everything: his family, his wealth, and even his health, the most precious things to a person. But Job did not turn his back on me. He did not drown in his sorrow. Instead, he held firm in his faith, believing that everything that happened had a purpose, believing that I would not abandon him. Because of his patience and unshakable faith, I restored everything he had lost, even doubling it, bringing him blessings not only in material wealth, but also in spirit, family, and trust. Job is the symbol of perseverance and faith, and the proof of the great restoration I can bring when people place their complete trust in me. But remember, faith is not just something that exists in thought or feeling. Faith must be expressed through action. You cannot simply sit and wait for restoration without doing anything. Restoration requires a partnership between me and you, not just in your mind, but in the practical steps of your life. It is through action that your faith is tested and proven. Acting in faith doesn't have to be grand gestures. It can begin with the smallest of deeds, yet these small actions carry great power. It could be a loving act towards someone else, a sincere prayer, or a small step forward in overcoming the fears and doubts in your heart. Look at the challenges you're facing, not as obstacles, but as opportunities to step out in faith. When you act on the belief that I will guide you and restore you, every small action you take plays a part in creating the great restoration I have promised. The important thing is that you must never remain still in passive waiting. I need you to take steps, even the smallest ones, so that I can work through you. As you move forward, I will light the path before you, guiding you through every trial and bringing you the restoration that you deserve. Loving actions are some of the simplest yet most powerful things you can begin with. When you share love with others, you open your heart to receive more goodness from me. When you perform acts of forgiveness, you are freeing your soul from the burdens of the past, creating space for restoration and healing. When you pray with all your heart, you connect deeply with me, and it is in that prayer that I will respond and work in your life. Remember, restoration begins with faith, but it is shaped through action. Every small step you take, every prayer, every loving act, all contribute to the great restoration I have prepared for you. Faith cannot remain an abstract belief. It must be put into practice. And when you act with faith and patience, you will see restoration happening in every area of your life, in your soul, your family, your work, and your relationships. Keep walking in faith, acting according to my guidance, and you will witness the miracle of restoration gradually unfolding in your life. That restoration will not only bring back what you have lost, but it will also give you a life that is fuller and richer than ever before. My child, there will be times when you face crises, and it may seem like everything has been lost, beyond recovery. Dreams, relationships, and opportunities that you've worked hard to build may suddenly disappear, leaving you feeling disappointed and in pain. But I want you to understand an important truth. What is lost does not always need to be restored exactly as it was. Sometimes loss is the opportunity for transformation into something greater, beyond what you can imagine. Consider the story of how I turned water into wine at the wedding in Cana. When everyone thought the wine had run out, that there was nothing left to save, I didn't just replenish the wine, I turned water, something ordinary, into wine that was better than any they had tasted before. The miracle wasn't just in providing wine again, but in transforming something seemingly insignificant into something precious and wonderful. This is how I want to work in your life as well. You may have lost opportunities that you once held dear, but those losses are not the end. Every ending opens the door to a new beginning, and sometimes loss is simply the first step in realizing the greater things that await you. Letting go of the past doesn't mean you are losing its value, but rather, it means you are opening yourself up to receive the better things I have in store for you. I do not want you to cling to the past forever, because in doing so, you might miss the new opportunities I have prepared for you. The loss you experience is often the seed for something better in the future. Imagine every loss as a space I can fill with new blessings and greater opportunities. When something is taken from you, it's time for you to prepare to receive something else. Perhaps a new job, a new relationship, or a spiritual and emotional breakthrough. What you thought was lost may sometimes be the very release needed to propel you forward and help you grow. See loss not as something to fear, but as an opportunity for rebirth. I will help you see new potentials, new paths that you hadn't considered before. Everything that happens in your life has a purpose, and loss is one of the ways I realign your course, opening doors that you would have never known without it. New opportunities will come when you are ready to let go of what has passed and trust in me. I know that it can be painful to let go, but it is in that release that I can give you something even better. Don't fear change, because the transformation I bring will make your life richer than you could have ever imagined. Open your heart to my guidance, because only when you trust in me will you see the miracle in each step, in every challenge you face. Think of a storm. It can clear away the old and leave behind open space. But after every storm, the ground becomes more fertile, ready to grow new seeds. The losses in your life are like that storm, but I promise that after the storm, I will bring growth, abundance, and new opportunities that you never expected. Let me transform your life. When you trust in me, you will see that anything is possible. What was lost will not only be restored, but will become more abundant and complete in a way that only I can bring about. Let the loss become the opportunity for you to receive the greater things I have planned for you. You are not alone on this journey, because I am always with you, and this transformation is just the beginning of the great blessings I will bring into your life. I do not just restore what you have lost in material things or opportunities. I also restore your soul and your mind. In the rush and pressure of life, sometimes you lose your peace, your stillness, and your sense of purpose. I want you to know that my restoration includes giving you deep inner peace clarity to face difficult decisions, and confidence to move forward. Take time to regain balance in your life. Listen to yourself and listen to me. I'm always here to guide you, to help you see clearly the path you need to take. When your soul is restored, you will realize that nothing can take away the true peace that I give you. My child, restoration sometimes comes at a moment you least expect. Don't let fear make you lose hope. Remember, I will never give up on you, and restoration is always a part of the greater plan I have for you. There may be days when you feel uncertain, unsure of the future, but trust that everything will lead to restoration and prosperity. Look at the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. I take care of them and they lack nothing, and you are far more precious than they. I will not abandon you. I am always preparing the best for you, even when you cannot see it yet. My beloved child, the journey of restoration is not an easy one, but it is the path that leads to true peace and joy. When you trust in me and open your heart to restoration, you will see that what you thought was lost will return, stronger and more complete than ever before. Let faith and trust guide you, and I will always be here walking with you every step of the way. I love you, and all the restoration you need is within reach. Take my hand, and together we will walk through the difficult moments toward a promising future. As I close this letter, I want you to know that restoration is not just about regaining what was lost. It is about becoming stronger, more steadfast, and closer to me. Trust, take action, and embrace the boundless love that I always have for you.